Rage 2 is a new open-world action-adventure game published by Bethesda and cooperatively developed by id Software, creators of Doom as well as Avalanche Studios, the bright minds who brought Mad Max to the gaming market. This game can be a bit confusing at the start, mostly because of the awkward and crowded menus. Here are 10 things that I thought would be very helpful for you to know when you start playing Rage 2. And hopefully you are playing it because the game is simply awesome. My name is Troy Harrison Christ, but my friends call me THC in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and absolutely click that bell icon so you never miss any proper videos or live streams that I post. Let's get right into it. Tip number 1 is once you have played through the obvious intro tutorial and you are unleashed into the epic, vast wasteland, look on your minimap for any bright blue icons. Early on in the game, you can find a few close-by Ark locations. These points show you the areas where you can find the necessary moves to annihilate baddies with monstrous precision, as well as the early weapons such as the AR, which is consistently awesome throughout your entire playthrough of Rage 2. As soon as you have a chance to kick the Phoenix into 8th gear and go out and explore, do exactly that. Rage 2 gives players so much freedom after the tutorial, you might as well go out and get everything available to you. Alright, moving on. Tip number 2, which is equally as important as number 1 and you should listen to very carefully, is to like this video, subscribe to THC, and collect every weapon in the game as soon as possible. Unlike Doom, you do not exclusively unlock weapons from progressing through the main story. You find exciting new toys by getting in your car and looking for them. A few are found by playing missions, but in most situations, you gotta go out in the wild and just search. Thankfully, all of these locations have been documented and the knowledge is available for you to use and take advantage of. After you like this video and click the bell icon, scroll into the description down below. There will be a link to an article that has all of the locations of every weapon in Rage 2. Take a second right now, pause this video and go to this article. Save this image of the map, print it out, Control P if you're on PC. Then go weapon hunting and thank me later. Pretty much grab a Sharpie and unlock all of the weaponry, crossing off all of the arcs as you go. This will give you a severe advantage over any enemy you encounter during the early missions. The third thing that you should know is how you actually upgrade your ranger suit. This is done through the poorly laid out and awfully clunky projects menu. When you get a mission to visit 4 wasteland celebrities, you should meet up with them instantly. Doing main story and side missions for people like John Marshall will gain you level up points to put into different upgrade categories. Each of these people have their own specializations, so pay attention to who you are working for at that time. For example, John's upgrades focus on combat, while Lusum Hagar's focuses on crafting and engineering. Do not skip on Lusum's missions. She has really amazing upgrades for the wing stick. Finding these quest givers early on is also very beneficial because they are spread out all over the map and are usually in a city, which also work as hubs to acquire missions, supplies, a spot to store vehicles, as well as a place that you can fast travel to, which is oddly important in Rage 2, a game that centers around cars. Moving on. Tip number 4 is to visit the Cyber Doctor in the city of Wellspring, located right here on the central western part of the map as soon as you can. He can assist you in permanently upgrading yourself with augmentations. Available mods include the Health Aug that enhances your nanotrite performance, basically the reason we have superpowers, and it lets you take 50% more damage. The next one is the Overdrive Aug, which increases your overdrive length, basically your uber damage mode, by 5%. And then finally, we have the super cleverly named Weapon Damage mod, which, you guessed it, increases your weapon damage by 5% every time you get one. You can also stack these Augs 10 times for a total of a 50% power gain over all of the categories when fully leveled. This is super good for you to do early on in the game. Get out to Wellspring ASAP. You have to find 3 items before the doctor makes it. You need a life gland, an ArcTech core, and a neuronic interface. ArcTech cores can be found in Arc chests, which are typically located in bandit camps all over the map. Life glands and neurotic interfaces are not as easy to find because they are mostly dropped after fighting a boss or at certain points throughout the story. Thankfully, all of these rare crafting components can be bought from random vendors, but unfortunately they can be quite expensive and not the best way to spend your hard-earned money. I think a good way to stack these materials is by simply clearing every place you run into. Rage 2 can be awfully distracting. When driving around, you discover so many places to explore, as well as a bunch of objectives every 100 yards. When you come across any bandit camps, clear them out immediately. You never know when you will actually return to that specific spot on the map. If you have a decent amount of ammo and a couple of health packs, you should realistically be fine to just take over this entire bandit camp. They will usually have 1 or 2 Arc chests, as well as a ton of supply chests, which contain various ammo types, as well as crates containing Feltrite, which you can use to regenerate HP when you are low on health, as well as save it to craft better weapon upgrades, which is something I will talk about later in the video. I know that was a long one, but make sure you are working towards those permanent augmentations as soon as you can, because they are the best way to live more and die less. Alright, number 5. The Wasteland is a tough place to live. How do you survive in this savage, brutal world? You need money, a lot of money. So how do we get it, Troy? I think the best way to accumulate money is by 1. Doing side quests for people in town. A lot of them pay very, very well, especially in Wellspring. They pay well in Wellspring. Get it? One thing you should keep in mind is that the game gives you almost no indication telling you to go back and collect your rewards. So you have to remember who gave you the quest and go secure that sweet bag of cash. Every time you walk into a city, talk to everyone available to either turn in quests, get new ones, or be reminded that you are already on one and that guy is waiting for you. Another good way to earn a bunch of money is by once again clearing out those bandit camps. Most of them have about 5 or so chests containing mostly money, so clear them out whenever you see them. It can also be much easier staying in any weaponized vehicle and clearing bandits like that. There's really no reason to go in on foot. You might as well shoot 80% of the bandits and then go clear out the last 20 and go grab all the loot. It's a viable strategy. I would recommend it. Okay, moving on to number 6. Rage 2 is a C drive game. No, I don't mean you have to install it on your C drive, but if you have a big enough one, you might as well. What I mean is if you can see it, you can drive it. At the beginning of the game, you get the Phoenix, which is a very reliable cross between the Batmobile from Arkham Knight and a pile of rusty metal. But by completing really anything vehicle related to you, you can acquire auto parts which can be used to upgrade your cars and your little helicopter thing. You can also buy these from a vendor near the garages, but like any form of currency that the game lets you acquire yourself, it's very expensive. Fun ways to earn these auto parts include these scheduled racing events, Auto Combat Carnage, or even challenging someone to a friendly race on the roads. Almost every car you see in Rage 2 that is not trying to kill you, you can race, and the game just randomly makes a track wherever you are. It's a lot of fun. As far as collecting vehicles, anything you see that you do not have available in your vehicle drop-down menu, you can simply get in it, drive it back to any town, and park it in the garage. Then it will be available to you throughout your adventures in Rage 2. Some of these do have level prerequisites to unlock, so check the vehicle tab for more information. On to number 7. Alright, number 7. On the subject of cars, let's teach you how to drive in Rage 2. I will use the Phoenix for this example. She has a decent base speed, but really shines when activating the booster at the appropriate times. You will not rapidly gain speed when popping the boost if you are not already going fast with the base engine power. Think of it like the fin on the back of an F1 car. I'll show you one right now. Go Red Bull. The drag reduction system. They open the DRS when they are already in 8th gear going around 200 miles per hour. That's how you should use the booster in Rage 2. Also, you don't just hold the thing down and let all of your power go to zero. Using it in bursts when you think you logically need it will save power and regenerate at a much higher pace, and it is much better for long-term speed over time when you're not constantly waiting around for the engine to recharge. Something else to keep in mind is I recommend not using the boost while you are in water. There are often random big puddles that the car likes to slow down in. To get through these quicker, instead of boosting through the puddle, use it right before the puddle. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you this, but I noticed it and I thought it might be helpful, so yeah, let's keep it going. Another tip on cars in general, if you upgrade the speed of your Phoenix just a little bit, you can win random races around the wasteland very, very easily and generate super quick auto parts. Another note on this subject is to make sure to ride the apex of corners, staying inside when the turn starts and then heading outside as it opens up as long as it is in the next driving line. If you do not know what I mean, Google Max Verstappen and look how he takes a corner. Wow, okay, so I wrote all of that and didn't even talk about braking, so I'll do this very quick. Brake late into corners and accelerate or boost out of them always. Okay, that's it. I am sorry, I just love the driving in this game and it's even fun on mouse and keyboard. Thank you for watching. Moving on. Alright, the number 8 tip is talking about how you actually upgrade your weapons. In Rage 2, your guns will evolve a ton over the course of your playthrough. Clicking on the Weapons tab in the menu will show you what weapon specs are available to purchase, as well as giving you a ranked skill tree to provide motivation to the player to be as powerful as they can. Upgrade points for weapons unlock very quickly, so make sure you are checking your menus before each mission to see if you can unleash even more damage. I would specifically detail which missions and objectives get you these upgrade points, but to the best of my knowledge, you gain them from simply playing the game and using your favorite tool of destruction. Specific slots like a bigger magazine or a faster reload need to be purchased with the unlocked tokens. However, each sector of customizations is locked behind a weapon progression level, as well as the different amounts of Feltrite that you need to purchase the sequential groups of weapon mods in. Feltrite is a resource that you can find almost everywhere in the game. When you kill a mutant, a boss, or a bandit, they drop a bunch of glowing blue crystals. That is Feltrite. If you are not at maximum health, those shards will heal you as much as they can. However, if you are a healthy, non-injured ranger walker, these shards will be stored in your inventory and be available to use as upgrade points for your weapons. Save as much Feltrite and break as many blue cases as possible. Also, if you are like me, who never uses the pistol after getting the AR or the shotgun, use the little desert blaster to open the crates of Feltrite and ammo. It is much quicker than punching all of them, especially when they're stacked in twos and you have to crouch for the bottom one. And double especially during a boss fight where you don't have time to punch something because you might get blown up. Okay, the last final tip in this weapon section is that you should only upgrade weapons that you use. It is very simple. There's a lot of guns in Rage 2. Most likely, you will probably pick 4 or 5 guns that you love and use an awful lot. Realistically, most likely 3. If you do not use the revolver or the strange heavy energy blaster, which you have to downcharge when it gets too hot, focus all of your points into the DPS that you think is actually reliable and worth using almost every mission. Alright, moving on. The 9th section of knowledge that I think you might want to know is how we upgrade our abilities and which ones you should look at first. The superpowers you possess can be upgraded from the Nanotrites menu. The points you need to increase your skill for each move stack up pretty quickly and are based on how much you use your powers versus your weapons. I know that was a long sentence. Hopefully you tracked it. If you didn't, rewind it. I write very wordy. As far as which ability you should upgrade first, I would use the same strategy as the guns. Upgrade what you think is fun and you use the most. I spec'd in Shatter, which is id Software's version of a force push. Then I spent my remaining points on upgrading my jumping abilities because Early on, I felt that I could not reach a lot of the places that I wanted to get to quickly. Upgrading the jump will also help get into a better position for your slam move, which pounds the ground, annihilating enemies anywhere near you. But that's up to you. Just read ahead and plan out your upgrades appropriately. Alright, moving on to my last bit of proper advice for you to absorb and use to your advantage while playing Rage 2. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of the video, as well as the best, most important, and useful tip to get the most out of your experience. This is take it slow. Do not rush through the main story of Rage. It is not very long, and it is realistically not a story game whatsoever. This is a explore everything, blow up everything, shoot everything, see everything, drive everything type of game. This is not, I'm playing it for the amazing characters and story. That's not Rage 2, and if that's what you're looking for, and you've watched this whole video, then don't buy it. So after meeting the Wasteland celebrities and doing their intro missions, stop progressing in the main story. Actually, after a certain point, it won't really let you unless you've done a certain amount of side quests. If you want to get the most bang for your buck, the most stretch to your dollar, do all of the little activities that pop up and enjoy the sights of this sometimes bland, but often gorgeous game. Seriously, do not be fast traveling from main story mission to main story mission. Enjoy some vehicle combat, some races, explore hidden locations, and meet plenty of strange, hilarious people. Rage 2 has a lot to offer, and you will miss all of the hidden gems. If you think this is a game where you should beat the main story super quick and then go back and do the side stuff, you're never going to go back and do the side stuff after you beat the main story. There is hardly a story to Rage 2, so why focus on that ASAP? The fun, the laughs, and the overall childish enjoyment of Rage 2 resides in the outrageously over-the-top, bright, and exciting gameplay. Don't worry about the story. The story doesn't worry about you. Play the game and have some fun, would you? Alright guys, that is all. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button if you did not already. Also, look out for part 2 where I go over detailed, advanced combat tips for Rage 2. My name is Troy Harrison Christ, but my friends call me THC. Please subscribe and click that big bell icon so you never miss any of my tips, videos, tutorials, documentaries, or 4K walkthroughs. Thank you all for watching. I'm THC. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good week. Have a good month. Have a good year. Have a good life. Peace. I'll see you later.